Agora que a gente está ao vivo no YouTube, tenho que falar um pouquinho sobre a TALKNTALK, né? Nós somos uma plataforma de conversação, onde você pode ir lá no nosso site, agendar imersões em vários idiomas. A gente tem inglês, espanhol, francês, italiano. E hoje a gente está aqui falando em inglês sobre obesity. So, let's start with the questions. Vamos começar aqui com as perguntas, né? First one is, what are some common factors that contribute to obesity in people? Né? Quais são alguns dos fatores que contribuem para a obesidade nas pessoas? Né? Evelyn, let's start with you. What are some common factors that contribute to obesity?
The first factor can be a lack of the exercise and the way in your routine. Other can be no activity in general.
Perfect. And for you, Mariana, what are some common factors that contribute to obesity?
It's almost like the Evelyn said, unbalanced diet, how physical activity, like she said, and life is factors. I don't know. I put this in translator, and it gives me this, but fatores genéticos. I don't know how this is the right, but in some case os fatores genéticos são cause for the obesity.
That's true. They mentioned that on the video, right? Eles falaram isso até no vídeo, né? That if you have parents that are obese, it's more probable that you will be obese too, né? There's also that. And that's true. I have this in my family, not related to obesity, but related to overweight. My grandmother was overweight, and then my father was too, but he had a healthy lifestyle. He was born overweight. Então, foi sempre assim por causa da família, né? It's really common to see that. And for you, Bruna, what are some common factors that contribute to obesity in people?
I believe that... eu joguei no Google, gente, desculpa. Mas I believe, eu acredito que a falta de atividade with excessive junk foods.
Yeah, excessive junk food. I guess that's the key, né? Essa é a chave para obesity. A lot of junk food, because nowadays we eat a lot of junk food, né? We open iFood, the first thing that appears is a hamburger or a pizza. And if we have a hamburger and a pizza and a salad, what are we going to ask? Né? O que a gente vai pedir? Vai ser um hambúrguer, uma pizza, né? Not a salad. E eu não tô falando isso porque eu faço isso, não, gente. Eu realmente também peço hambúrguer e a pizza. Salad, nunca. Então, assim, I do the same thing. So it's a step to be unhealthy and maybe overweight, right? That's true. So let's go to question number 2, girls. How do you define obesity? So let's start with you, Mariana. How do you define obesity?
I will define like accumulation of fat in your body. It's obviously, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, and almost caused because you have a unhealthy diet and why you don't do physical activity. Or so I define obesity. How do you say obesity? Obesity. I define obesity like this. Problems, accumulation of fat in your body, and caused because you don't do activity or physical activity and don't have a good diet, something like this.
A lot, just like we said, a lot of factors that contribute to that, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And you, Bruna, how do you define obesity?
I believe that é um peso, literalmente, porque o mundo não está preparado para suportar as pessoas com obesidade. Então, a todo momento, você é lembrado disso.
Uhum.
Por mais que a maioria da população, né, esteja nessa situação, não tem acessibilidade para esse tipo de problema.
That's true. That's totally true. It's just like disabled people, né? É que nem o povo que é deficiente, né? Não tem acessibilidade, né? It's not accessible enough for them, né? O mundo não tem tantas coisas para contribuir para a vida deles, né? For their well-being. So I have seen a movie. It's called The Whale. It was even a winner de alguma coisa, até ganhou uns prêmios aí. It's about obesity, né? Sobre obesidade. And in the end of the movie, the guy dies, né? A spoiler. The guy dies, o cara morre. And the movie, it's like this. It's a 7-day, it's not a 7-day movie, but the movie portrayed 7 days, né? O filme passa durante 7 dias, eles vão mostrando, segunda, terça, quarta. And each day, the guy starts the movie by saying, I'm going to die this week. And he really died because he was like with heart problems. He was for him, completely like to death, né? Tava para morrer mesmo. E tadinho, it's so sad, né? But it's something that if he was careful with that, he wouldn't be in that situation, né? Se ele tivesse aquele cuidado, não estaria naquela situação. But they explain a lot. Eles explicam a beça. Eu recomendo vocês verem esse filme, é muito legal, gente. The Whale, que é o nome. Anyway, Evelyn, how do you define obesity?
So I have been obesity one time in my life, but I really believe that the EMC is a good way, but not is true really totally, because in casos de exceção, I don't know how to say it, it's not good for athletes and little peoples like I am and the other factors. But is one good way for you define obesity. And in my case, I define through methodology. It is.
Perfect. Yeah, I guess there are a lot of ways for you to define that. They show in the video that BM something, né? Body mass something. And here in Brazil, we have this índice de massa corporal, né? IMC. And there are a lot of ways to define that. But just like you said, not all of them are good for everyone. Né? Nem todos são
Yes.
That's true. Perfect. So let's go to question number 3. What are some potential health risks or complications associated with obesity? Né? Quais são alguns riscos, né, para a saúde ou complicações associados com a obesidade? For you, Bruna, what are some common potential health risks or complications? E Bruna, you're muted. It happens.
Até que demorou, né? Até que demorou. I have high blood pressure because my obesity. And I don't know, have more problems, but the people's tem vários outros, né? Eu falei só um, então, para deixar o pessoal falar também.
Perfect. High pressure. Yeah, and it's I guess it's the most common one, right? Is high pressure when you have overweight, when you are overweight or you are obese. I guess the most common thing that appears is the first, it's high pressure, né? Pressão alta. That's true. And Bruna, I loved your sweater. Really beautiful. It's eu adorei o seu moletom. É do Van Gogh aqui, né? It's an art
e do gato. Ó, do gatinho também.
Cute. Loved it. Loved it. Really beautiful. And for you, Evelyn, what are some potential health risks or complications associated with obesity?
So, our diseases and your cardiovascular diseases, and the other thing that not had in the video is mobility. And for me, mobility is very important, and I'm feeling very good when I have all mobility in my body. For this reason, I really like yoga and Pilates activities, because not just are for excesses of the mass, but oh my god, alongamento of their body. And it's not is in video, but it's important to
That's true. We
mobility.
feel better, right, when we stretch, né, quando a gente alonga, we do some
Yes.
exercises that maybe if you are in this condition we can't do, né? Talvez se estiver nessa condição a gente não consegue. So they are really good for us. Perfect. And you, Mariana, what are some potential health risks or complications associated with obesity?
Diabetes, heart diseases, the girl said before, asthma, and fat liver. For example, I'm overweight and I have asthma and I have fat liver, gordura no fígado, né? And like Evelyn said, I don't have much mobility for do some things. And I start to care my life. I don't know. I always walking with my dog, but I start to walking more longer, run sometimes, up the stairs, and looking for a gym here. We have some activities like Evelyn said, Pilates, aerobics, activities in group class, something like this, because I like more than just fitness, né? Acho que é fitness que fala aquelas pessoas que fazem musculação, né? Eu não sei. Mas eu tô procurando coisas assim.
Perfect. Something that is not just going to the gym, né? Uma coisa que não é só ir pra academia, né? Something different. I
Yes.
like those exercises better. Eu gosto mais desses também, que é tipo em grupo, você faz, pode ser tipo um esporte ou uma coisa mais leve, né? I don't like that.
But for me, it's I thought it's a little difficult. It's a little more difficult because I don't know anyone here for go with me. It's we have you have a little shame to start alone, but I need to do this for me. I just have 28. I just have 10 weight. I'm 28 years and it's not health for my old age, and I need to start now.
But take your husband with you. Say to him, come on, let's go.
But no, he don't like this exercise. He going to the gym, but the fitness part, this class he don't like.
Okay.
And before we start the class, I will answer the questions, and I looking for a gym, and I send a email perguntando se eles têm professores que falam inglês, porque aqui eles
because there's
não
also
falam.
that, né? Tem isso também, né?
E aí é mais complicado, mas eu preciso fazer alguma coisa.
Of course. No, but don't give up. There are a lot of nice exercises to do. And I think we always find one that we like. During my entire life, I hated exercises. I thought they were boring. I liked more sports. I played soccer and I used to do swimming classes when I was a kid. And nowadays I didn't want to do nothing. But then my friend, she took me to a pole dance class. And then I loved. I do it until today. And I feel like a monkey in that pole, igual um macaco lá, pendurando. I love. But it's something that I found. A gente sempre acha alguma coisa que a gente gosta, sabe? Então, you will find.
Me and my husband find a teacher for teaching us to play tennis, and our first class in Sunday. So I hope we like this for help us with the overweight because he's overweight too. So we try to lose the fate together.
Perfect. Okay, everything is going to be fine in the end. Tudo vai dar certo. So let's go to question number 4. There's something that you girls didn't mention, that is self-esteem. Né? It's also something that affects our self-esteem, né? When we are overweight or obese, most of people, they feel low self-esteem, né? Que é a autoestima, né? Às vezes abaixa, aí a pessoa não se sente muito bem. So I think it's also a health risk. Eu também acho que é um risco de saúde, né? Você não se sentir bem. So let's go to question number 4. Can you share any personal habits or lifestyle choices that you believe contribute to obesity? I have one. Every time I eat lunch, né, or I eat something, I need to eat something sweet after it. So like after dinner, after lunch, o docinho depois do almoço, né? Sempre que eu almoço ou janto, ou como qualquer coisa salgada, eu preciso de um doce depois. And then I think this is a personal habit that contributes not to obesity. I don't think I will become obese, but maybe overweight or with diabetes, né? So it's a personal habit that I need to stop, porque eu preciso parar. But it's difficult. It's really difficult. And you, Evelyn, can you share any personal habits or lifestyle choices that you believe contribute to obesity?
Okay, for me, sometimes when you don't cooking in your house for your weekend and for your day, you contribute for to a highway and not his highway and access way, because you ask for iFood and you ask for not good food.
That's true. You try to go to other options, tenta ir para as outras opções, and they are always unhealthy, né? Elas são sempre não saudáveis, né?
And in these cases, you don't choice for healthy goods because you are hungry, you don't have a time, and when you don't thinking about one thing, you choice for bad choices.
That's true. They are always bad choices. Né?
Yes.
When we're not cooking in our house, we order food, a gente pede comida, they're always bad choices. São sempre escolhas ruins. Ninguém pede salada para chegar em casa, né? Então, that's it. And for you, Mariana, can you share any personal habits or lifestyle choices that you believe contribute to obesity?
Yeah, I don't know if this is habits because for example, I'm working and I feel a little stressed or anxiety for something. So when I was in this state, in this feeling, I start to eat so much and I can't stop. I eat everything I saw, sweet, salt, everything. And every time my health mental was broken or something like this, I I start to eat a lot. Now I looking for help me for, in this case, in my mental health, and I start to do some activities for to stay more, to be better. I don't know. Para ficar melhor, né? Em todos os casos, estou tratando desde do profundo da minha saúde mental até o externo.
But that's how we start, né? Assim que a gente começa. First we
Yeah.
take care of our mind and then our body. Né? Primeiro a gente cuida da cabeça, depois do corpo, porque tem que ser step by step, né? Baby steps, passinho de bebê. Perfect. And you, Bruna, can you share any personal habits or lifestyle choices that you believe contribute to obesity?
I believe that spending a lot of time sits down. I'm not doing exercise, taking a long time to eat, and I don't have the best of diets. Então, eu acho que isso tudo contribui, né? Péssimos exemplos. Péssimos
But this
hábitos.
happens a lot nowadays, né? Isso acontece muito hoje em dia. Because we can work from home, né? A gente já pode trabalhar de casa. Então, a gente não levanta nem para ir para o ponto de ônibus. Vai pegar um ônibus para ir para o trabalho, né? So, we just stand up to sit in our computer. A gente levanta a cama e senta no computador, né? Então, and life's like this. We spend our entire life sitting down. And I can say by me, the only time that I am standing up is when I need to go to college, é quando eu tenho que ir para a faculdade, porque lá eu tô sentada. And when I need to go to my job, né? Quando eu tenho que ir para o trabalho. E aí lá eu fico em pé dando aula. But the rest, I am sitting down all day long. Né? Tô sentada, aqui eu tô sentada. Né? And so, if you're not in a situation that we need to stand up, se a gente está numa situação que a gente não precisa ficar em pé, a gente fica sentado, né? So, it's always like this. And it's not healthy, né? Não é muito saudável. So, let's go to question number 5. How does obesity impact overall health and well-being? Né? Como que a obesidade impacta na sua saúde, né? De forma geral e bem-estar, né? I think it impacts a lot because, of course, we have other diseases that can come with it. And our well-being, because what I mentioned of our self-esteem, né? O que eu mencionei da nossa autoestima, né? Que às vezes pode prejudicar também. And you, Mariana, how does obesity impact overall health and well-being?
Like you said, the self-esteem, when the self-esteem is affected, you can stop to out if you're friends, and you start to don't do anything, and this can be go to through a depression, and this affect your well-being, and in this case, affecting everything in your life. It's how you say this? If you feel happy with your body, okay. And if you are happy because the fat in your body don't signify you are doente, but when you don't like the way you see in the mirror, this affect everything in your life, and you need I can't explain this in English.
Não,
but I thought you understand what my point. So for now, for this question, just this.
Perfect. No, that's it. A lot of things impact, né? We feel that in a lot of things. A gente sente isso em várias características da nossa vida, né? So it's like this, just like you said. Perfect. And for you, Bruno, how does obesity impact overall health and well-being?
I agree with Mariana. Eu concordo com a Mariana. I believe... I think the head gets very messy up in addition to self-esteem, and acho que a cabeça fica muito bagunçada. Você pelo menos eu vejo muito isso em mim, né? Tipo assim, dá uma bagunçada que você não estava esperando por aquilo, né? Porque quando você percebe, uma bomba já estourou, né? O pequenininho é difícil você perceber.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because people say that you don't see it coming, né? Você não vê chegando. Quando você vê, você já tá numa situação de mais difícil de sair, né? Perfect. And you, Evelyn, how does obesity impact overall health and well-being, in your opinion?
One thing that I say for before was the mobility, because mobility for me is very important. And the other thing is your estimate weight when you're feeling good, because when you have a situation of the obesity, you don't say that you don't feeling that the coming situation, but it's happened for it.
Perfect. Yeah, you know, it's just like we said, now we don't see it coming. It's something that when you see, it's already a big problem, né? Quando você vê, já é um problemão, né?
Yes.
And I think this thing of mobility that you mentioned, I guess it's really boring, deve ser muito chato, né? Because you need other person to help you to do other things, né? Precisa de outra pessoa para te ajudar. Então, deve ser uma situação que você se sente realmente muito dependente, né? From other people.
E às vezes não é nem que você precisa de um apoio, você percebe a alimentação do seu corpo. Tipo, subir escada, às vezes dançar, alguma coisa assim, mas não tão complicada, né? Que te cansa muito mais, porque seu peso, sua carga ali que você está levando é muito maior. Então te cansa muito mais.
For example, when you don't touch your foot because your body, I've been with the access of the mess, I don't touch my foot, and for me it's very bad because I had to stay in a activity routine. I was a dancing when I am child, and for this is bad for me. And now with the Pilates yoga, I'm very okay.
And it can have a lot of other complications, né? Também pode ter outras complicações. Like, for example, you need to cut your nails, né? From your toes. Tem que cortar a unha do pé. Como é que você faz? I remember that when I was a kid, my mom needed to cut my father's nails. Minha mãe tinha que cortar a unha do meu pai, porque ele não conseguia. So it's something that you need to solve a lot of problems, and you need other person to help you most of the times, né? Precisa de outra pessoa para te ajudar na maior parte do tempo, né?
Or shave yourself or legs or something, another part of your body. It's complicated.
Yeah, no, the mobility affects a lot of things, né? A mobilidade, a flexibilidade afeta muita coisa, né? That's true.
Yes.
Everybody answered question number 5, right? Todo mundo respondeu a 5? Yes? Perfect. Às vezes eu me perco, gente. Mas vamos lá. Question number 6. Can you share any personal observations related to the effects of obesity on everyday life? As something that I can see, it's like the self-esteem that I mentioned that can cause some mental problems, like depression, for example, or anxiety that the person eats more porque ela tá ansiosa, então ela come mais ainda. So I feel that's an observation that it's related to the effects, the way it affects our mental health, né? O jeito que afeta a saúde mental. I think it's an observation that I have. And for you, Bruna, can you share any personal observations related to the effects of obesity?
I believe que the more problem is a high blood pressure, because for her, eu tenho que falar inglês, pera.
Don't worry, don't worry.
It is more complicated, and control the salt, and is really difficult because everything have salt, a lot. Então, acho que uma das coisas mais difíceis da obesidade foi a pressão alta e ter que tomar conta das coisas que eu como. Isso é chato.
Yeah. And I guess just like you said, you can't put salt on everything, né? Você não pode colocar muito sal em tudo. Então, for example, you need to eat popcorn without a lot of salt, pipoca, que é muito gostoso com bastante sal, né? Aí você tem que tirar. Então, of course, it's not healthy to eat with a lot of salt, né? Obviamente não é saudável. Mas uma pessoa que não tem pressão alta, de vez em quando, tá tudo bem, né? Só que aí, se você tá numa condição dessa, não tem como você comer muito, né? Com sal.
E muita coisa já vem com sal, né? Esse é o grande problema, eu acho.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you need to read the tiny letters, né? Você tem que ler as letrinhas pequenininhas atrás da embalagem para ver o quanto que você tá comendo, né? Perfect. Anyway, Evelyn, can you share any personal observations related to the effects of obesity on everyday life?
So in this moment, I had an insight about the term because I think in an association of the obesity and English, because the society all the time give cobra, né? Cobra of the peoples had a good life and a health life, and you need to learning about varied things. And when you stay in a situation that you need low health, you had your health and mental health. You had a mental health affected, and you needed to learn English. For example, you had depression about the learning English. You had depression about low health. Oh my God. And it's not good because it's give you a trapped for learning and your activity exercises and your food. In this moment, you affected for not complying for your goals, and is one thing bad.
No, that's true. It affects a lot of things in our life, né? Afeta muita coisa na vida, né? And then we don't even know what affects the most. Não dá nem pra saber o que afeta mais. Afeta muitas coisas. That's true. And for you, Mariana, can you share any personal observations related to the effects of obesity on everyday life?
Yes, like I said, I have asthma, and small walks, small activities, or a little more harsh activities, you leaves you short of breath, and I need to walk with a bombinha in my bag. I don't know how to say bombinha. So this is very sad. I don't like, but I try to don't use every time, but my pneumologist said for me, use every time you doing some activity. But this is the principal difficult for me. I don't like because the same time you try to lost your weight, you use the medicamento and with most of time to help you give more weight. And it's confused. Sometimes I need to use, and most of the time I try don't use because this. But like Evelyn said, you have so much pressure inside. You have so much pressure from the society. You need to be skinny, and you need to be health. But like I will be health and the skin if I need to use something with give me more weight. And for other side, I looking in the mirror and I don't like. And it's difficult, like Bruna said before. It's a confusion in your mind. You can't know what you need to do. It's difficult. I want to be healthy and I want to be skin. Sometimes health and skin walk side by side, might sometimes no. It's not because you are skinny, you are health. It's confusing. It's very
But that's
confusing.
totally true. That's totally true.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of people with food disorders, né? Bulimia, and they are skinny, né? As pessoas são magras. E aí elas podem ter anorexia, bulimia, essas coisas. E elas são thin, né? E aí você vê, ela não é saudável. Or they can't have this genetic thing, né? Elas podem não ter essa coisa genética aí, né? And they eat a lot of junk food, né? Skinny people can be diabetic, they can have high pressure, né? As pessoas que são mais magras, elas podem ter diabetes, elas podem ter pressão alta, elas só não engordaram, mas não é por isso que elas são saudáveis, né? There's also that.
Yeah.
And I would like to add something related to what you and Evelyn said, that society charges us a lot about a lot of things, né? A sociedade cobra a gente muitas coisas. You need to work, you need to study, you need to eat healthily, you need to have time to be with your family, and you need to do a lot of things, né? And it's impossible for a human being to do all of the things correctly. Nowadays, the focus that most people have is work, né? O foco da maioria das pessoas hoje em dia é o trabalho, né? And if you work a lot, unfortunately, you don't have time to eat healthily. Se seu foco é o trabalho, infelizmente você não vai ter tempo de comer saudável. Only if you have that idea. On the weekends I prepare the food for the entire week, and then I eat the same thing every day, and then in the other weekend I prepare another thing, né? Tipo, você prepara sua comida, seu almoço para a semana inteira no final de semana. Só se fizer isso, because the rest it's impossible. You can't prepare food every day. You don't have time, because usually people have like 1-2 hours of lunch per day, né? 1-2 horas de almoço. Como é que você vai fazer uma refeição saudável nesse curto tempo, né? So it's impossible for us to have this lifestyle that people say for us to have, né? Que as pessoas falam pra gente ter. Não tem como. A gente só vê isso no Instagram, né? Na vida é impossível você ter esse lifestyle. Impossible.
Porque se você vai fazer sua comida para a semana inteira no fim de semana, o momento de você estar descansando, que é o fim de semana, você está lá cozinhando o dia inteiro, para a semana inteira, você trabalhar e não descansar nada. É complicado, hein? A vida é puxada. Não é fácil ser adulto.
Not easy. It's not easy. And that's totally true, because rest is also a part of health, né? O descanso também é uma parte da saúde. Se você não descansar, provavelmente você também não é saudável, né? Você pode ser ansioso, estressado, né? It's also a part of health. I totally agree with you, Mariana. And we can't, I need to be honest, we can't give a shit about these charges of society. A gente não tem que ligar para essas coisas da sociedade, sabe? Porque they're there to harm us, né? Estão lá para para prejudicar a gente. As pessoas ficam postando aquele lifestyle que it's not real, né? Não é de verdade. Né? So let's go to question number 7. And I guess it'll be the last one. What are some practical tips or strategies for maintaining a healthy weight and preventing obesity? Né, algumas dicas ou estratégias para você manter, né, um peso saudável e prevenir a obesidade. Né? So, Evelyn, what are some practical tips or strategies for maintaining a healthy weight?
So I think it is very important you go to the doctor as sometimes in the year, because when you have an accompaniment, I don't know, when you have a company, you have a necessity. You don't have a necessity to for example, in these cases, obesity is is directly proportional or your sugar in your blood, and not necessary is one practical and or lack of the activity that you had in your routine, and all our metabolic diseases and for me is one first step. It is you have with your routine to go in the doctors, and you to make activities too and other things.
That's true. Yeah, it's really important for us to go to the doctor regularly, né? É muito importante ir no médico regularmente, né? So we can see what we have, né? Às vezes a gente tem nada, mas a gente tiver, o médico descobre antes. And for you, Mariana, what are some practical tips or strategies for maintaining a healthy weight and preventing obesity?
My tip is have a health diet. Control your consume of salt and sugar. Drink much of water and do some physical activities. It's my tip, but I saw and I listened this in Instagram, Facebook. I'm not a doctor, but I thought it's a good way to start. You know.
Of course, that's it. Perfect. Perfect, girls. So that was our conversation for today. Let me stop the live on YouTube. Bye-bye, YouTube.